The field module is intended to be a lightweight donor management system that can be used on a low bandwidth internet connection. It consists of two pages: the main page where donor and fundraising information can be found, and the name segment page which can be used to produce mailing lists. This video will cover the main page, and the name segmenter page will be covered in a second video. You will access the page by going to www.denarionline.com/fm, and I have the address here for you to see. That will take you to the login page where you can enter the username and password supplied by your home office. Once logged in, you'll see a section at the top where the main focus is a set of dates. By default, these dates are your fundraising month, and they run from the 1st to the 31st unless your home office changes them. This section will show you at a glance how much money has been raised in that period of time. You can change the dates temporarily and then click the Calculate button to see the revised total for your new dates. When you log in next time, the date will revert back to the default. Above this section, you will find a row of report options: HTML report, PDF report, XLS, CSV, fund reports, and 13-month report. We won't go through them all now, but they're all based on the date range in this section. The fund reports will break down the donations for that range of dates by fund if you're responsible for more than one fund. Take a few minutes to review these reports to see what they will do. The reports like PDF and XLS will go to your inbox, and you'll access them by clicking that inbox button. Just click on the report to open it. While we're here, you'll notice the password button. That will allow you to change your password if you want. Your username will remain the same one that was provided by the home office. The Help button will give you a printed list of instructions for these two pages, and the Personal button is where you can change the information that appears on the home office website. To the right, we have some general fundraising information. As you can see, the first two rows are a comparison of this year to last year. The next two compare this month this year with the same month last year, and the last month, or the last two, compare the previous month from last year compared to this year. Moving down the page, you'll see your list of names here on the left. This list can be composed of both people who have made donations to one or more of your funds and those who simply want to be on your list. The information about these names is live and up to the minute. When someone in the home office enters a gift record, that gift information shows on your page immediately. If a new donor makes a donation to one of your funds, that name along with the gift will appear here immediately. One note here: gift records are grouped at the home office by batch. Someone there must review the batch and close it. Closing causes the gifts to be posted to the donor's accounts. You won't see the gift here until the batch is closed or posted. If someone makes a gift online, for example, you won't see that gift until the batch has been closed by the home office. So don't be alarmed if a friend makes a donation but you don't see it yet. You can move through your list of names by clicking the Next button, or by entering a last name or organization name and hitting the Search button. You can also create a group of names by entering a letter and clicking Search. I'll put an S in the last name field and then click Search, and I get a list of all of the names in my data that start with the letter S, or the last name starts with the letter S. If I put an SC in that field and click Search, I'll get all the names that begin with SC. You can also create a group by city by using that field. Click the All button to return the list back to the entire group. Once you find the name you want, click on it, And the information over here on the right will change to show the info for that name. Most of the fields here are pretty self-explanatory down through the miscellaneous section. By default, if you make changes to these fields, they will change at the home office. However, the home office has the ability to turn that feature off, so check with them on their policy for making changes. You'll find the standardized link here next to the country field. Clicking that will standardize the address according to post office standards. Above the donor ID section, we see 4 buttons. The New button allows you to create a new name record. Again, you're adding a new name record to both your page here and the central data at the home office. The Save button, of course, saves any changes you've made. The Remove button only removes the name record from your page. It does not remove it from the home office data. And the last button, View Gifts, will produce a report that shows the gift history for this button, or for this donor, I'm sorry. And when I click the button, I get the report that looks like this. You'll need to enter a relative date range, which simply means relative to today, or entering a hard date range. And so I'll just put a date in here. And then click on View Report. The report will run and then give you that information. You can also choose various outputs for this report by clicking the button here. To the right, we have the Giving Stats section. This shows a giving overview for this donor. The stats at the home office are calculated overnight, so gifts posted today may not show up in the stats until tomorrow. The address information section has a few fields that need some explanation. Domestic address here simply means that the home office has marked this address that way. The other option you might see here is international. The next line will show you if this name is donating to other people on staff. And so that just simply lets you know that they are also donating to other people. There's a link here that says Add Alternate Address for this name. You can click that to store an extra address for this donor. The drop-down field below allows you to select the address that is active. When you produce a mailing list, the active address will be used. The Pledge section here is where you can set up a pledge for this donor. Again, what you enter here will also be entered into the home office data, and the reverse is true. If someone enters a pledge for this name either at the home office or the donor does it through the web page, it will show up here so you'll be able to see and track pledges. There are 2 notes fields here. The top one shows you the notes from this record at the home office. As you can see, it's read-only. You can't change the note field in the home office. The field below is for you. You can store any notes you want about this donor, and the home office can't see these. Finally, let's talk about name lists. They are simply a way to classify or categorize your donors into groups so that you can use those groups for mailing lists later. For example, you can do a mailing to your friends or family, or friends and family, and we'll see how you can do that in the name segmenter video. There are 20 categories available, and they're defined by the home office, and all field agent staff members share the list, so you'll need to discuss your list needs with them. You can click a link here on the right in the List Available section to highlight it, then click the Add button here to move it over to the left side, and now this donor has that classification or is on that list. And you can move them back and forth as needed. This concludes this video. Our next topic is Name Segmenter, a tool that you can use to produce mailing lists, mass email, and other things. And we'll cover that in the next video.